Hey everyone, my name is Alina. I am here at the amazing, beautiful Upaya Retreat Center, and I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the Get Your Shit Together retreat that's happening from March 7th to the 12th. So lucky and grateful to have been able to go to the last one last month in January. It's only been 3 weeks and I have already seen immense change. My parents tell me almost every day how much I've changed for the better. I am manifesting my dream life. I'm becoming the person who I've always wanted to be but always been too scared to or put excuses. It's amazing, to say the least. It is amazing. It is the one thing that if I could share with everyone, I would share this. It's hosted by the amazing Amy Joy. She is my beautiful friend and mentor, and I am so immensely grateful for her, for teaching me all of this, for giving me all the tools, the new tools in my toolbox. It is all about oneness and growth, personal growth, spiritual growth, and about manifesting the life that you want, becoming the person you want to be. So yeah, this is something that is interesting to you. It is here at Upaya from March 7th to the 12th. There's amazing food. 7 people who were complete strangers and turned them into a family who adores each other in 6 days. Amazing. I talk to those people every day. I have so much love for them because we grew together and we learned together. So if this is something that you would like to do, if this is something that's calling you, please go. It will change your life. I know it has changed mine, and everyone who came has changed forever. So remember, March 7th to the 12th, tell your friends, tell your family at the amazing Upaya.
Are you ready to get your shit together? Isn't that what we are all truly trying to do? In this fun, life-hack-full show, we will learn together how to navigate this roller coaster called life. We, as glorious messy humans, can sit in the proverbial third car, grumpy and bored, or in the front of the roller coaster having the time of our lives. What do you choose? In this show, you can expect meaningful content and practical takeaway tools to make life easier and exceptionally more joyful. There will be epic guests who already love their lives, allowing them to share their get your shit together tips and words of wisdom. Life is too long and too short to not love your life. Welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy. Hello and welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy, and I'm your host, Amy Joy. Happy Thursday and congratulations on your abundance. I want you just to take a look right now and notice how abundant you truly are. There's a program out there that says that we're not, says that we're in lack, but it's not true. Look around. Look around. Look at the kids. Look at the grandkids. Look at your significant other, look at your friend, look at your pets, look at the roof over your head, feel the warmth from the heater or the air conditioner, depending where you are in the world. We're so abundant. Congratulations. It's an amazing show today. I'm super excited to have Rochel Rittgers here. She is a dear friend. We have gone through some swamps together and some mountains and joys together. She's an amazing human. She's a healer. She's an author. She's an owner of it's called My Crystal Portal. Sorry. It's a crystal shop in Iowa. Super excited to have you meet her and get to know her a little. It is always a life hack full show, and we have mantra magic and the meditation moment at the end, so stay tuned. It's always such a blessing to have you here. Thank you for taking your very special and precious time with us today. Amazing. Okay, so it is now time to change your state, elevate. All right, so this is the part of the show where we just take 2 minutes to change our frequency, to change it from whatever we are to higher. So if we're in a crappy mood, we're going to get happy. If we're already happy, we're going to get even happier. And breathing is one of the best ways you can do that. So first of all, I want you to just wipe off the day. Just wipe it off, just all over, down your legs. Just wipe it off. You're here right now with me. Doesn't matter what's happened earlier today. You're here right now with me. Thank you. And we're going to take a minute and we're going to breathe. We're going to do the box breath. Okay, how that works is you're going to take 4 beats in, breathe in for 4 beats. Then you're going to hold for 4 beats. Then you're going to exhale for 4 beats. And then you're going to hold for 4 beats and you're going to repeat. I'm going to lead you, so don't worry. But grab everybody in the house, sit down for just 2 minutes, and we're going to change our frequency. We're going to raise it. And the higher your frequency, the more joy you get to experience. So that's what we're all about here at Get Your Shit Together. All right, take a deep breath in. 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. And last one. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. And breathe normally. Well done. And I want you to take inventory right now. Do you feel better or worse after doing that? You're going to feel better. It's just the way it is. We are breathing shallowly most of the time. And this is why the body thinks we're going to die, because without oxygen, that's what happens, right? And all of the feelers for the oxygen are down in the bottom of the lungs. So just taking a minute to consciously breathe can be a massive change, can make a massive change in your life. Here's some of the benefits. It brings balance to your mind and body. It regulates your natural rhythm, and it absolutely helps with stress, anxiety, and anger, which we all deal with, no? Awesome. Way to go. All right, it is now time to get our shit together. Amazing. So we have amazing Rochel Rittgers here. She is a medical intuitive author, energy medicine master, and medium. Rochel is the author of the 2023 book, Radiate, Change Your Frequency, Change Your Life. She is the owner of My Crystal Portal, a full-service East-West healing center, including crystals, gifts, and jewelry. It's gorgeous. She is the founder and CEO of Infinite Living Center of Holistic Experience and the Infinite Living Institute. She has been a featured presenter and MC on radio, television, and national and international stages, sharing her unique techniques to assist people in achieving greater personal and business success. Rochel is especially passionate about helping people realize who they really are so that they can step into their most authentic power. She enjoys clearing people's inner chaos so that they can experience complete inner freedom. I have witnessed this, and as an acclaimed medical intuitive, she is committed to helping clients release buried pain through a combination of her signature intensive emotional release therapy, medical, Qigong, and crystal and sound healing so that they can thrive in life and in business. Rochel really enjoys leading and hosting spiritual classes and retreats, loving on her family and clients, and climbing trees. I love climbing trees too. Put your hands together for the amazing Rochel Rittgers. Woo! So awesome to have you here.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here. And whenever you say, like when you said climbing trees, it just cracks me up because I forgot I put that in there. It's so cute.
I love that. I was hugging trees yesterday. I didn't climb them, but I was hugging them.
Yeah, I try to climb the best trees. Yeah.
I don't care. I love them.
Yes,
they're the best.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Okay, so check out my new mug. I forgot about my green screen. I have a dragonfly on there. This is my new mug, really precious.
Oh, you can see it there. Yeah.
Human being gave this to me, so this is my new mug. But I don't know. It's kind of like woo 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 woo. So tell me,
here and then it's gone.
Anyways, I love these green screens. So here, I want to give you a little backstory for Rochel and I. So we met years ago through the amazing group Legendary with Maya Rose and Gerald. And they have, we've traveled the world together, many places. And so we met there. And then we got to spend 5 weeks together in Guatemala writing our books. So go ahead and hold up your book there. And I'm going to hold mine up. This is our books that we wrote together in Guatemala, literally side by side, 5 weeks, probably 8 to 10 hours a day, realistically, pounding away on the keys. And it was such a wonderful experience. Tell us a little bit about you, Rochel, and about that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it all started with energy tea, didn't it?
Exactly.
The foundation of Amy, Joy, and I coming together started with me getting involved in Ayurvedic medicine. And so I started following Gerald Rogers' brother, Clint Rogers, and he's writing the book, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer. And so through meeting Clint, I get to meet Gerald. And then through meeting Gerald, I get to meet Amy, and we clicked right from the very beginning. And literally, we did travel the world together, and we have spent so many hours doing deep dives into our inner work through these travels that we went over, all different places. And this is what's so vital for us, is to get our inner work cleared out, get our inner turmoil, our inner frequencies, our inner, I call them densities actually, because it's heavy, right? And so Amy and I got to spend a lot of time doing that for ourselves. And as a result, we're here sharing that with you, our techniques actually. Yeah.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. And tell us what motivated you to write Radiate, Change Your Frequency, Change Your Life.
Oh my gosh, that's a great and long story, so I'll try to keep it short, but thanks for that question. Back in 2013, I had just had one of those huge life changes where I was no longer able to work in my original, sort of profession. And so I went to a 10-day personal development workshop. And in that workshop, it was Joel Bauer was putting it. And in that workshop, it was one of his big, very important things was to write a book. Never even considered the idea before. And so on the way home on the plane, I'm sitting there with, a journal, And I'm saying, okay, what's this book supposed to be about? And instantly the idea came to mind. And then through the rest of the flight, I was able to write the titles of all the chapters. And then the book sat in my computer as things happen, procrastination. I could come up with 10,000 ways I shouldn't write my book, and it never did, sort of materialize, although I had a few chapters along the way. Right.
Yeah.
And so, when I saw, our coaches, Gerald and Maya Rose, announced to me that Michael Drew, our publisher now, was going to host a 5-week writers retreat. And I was like, I didn't know Amy was going at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just said, I've got to go. I have to write this book. And so I signed up right away. And I don't know, weeks later, maybe I found out you were going. And then it was like, oh, this is bonus for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. I remember for me, I was resisting big time too. And it was supposed to be in Bali, the first one.
Oh.
And it was going to be too hard for me to run my businesses from that time zone. Be gone that long. So I was like, I told Maya Rose, I said, listen, if it's in this time zone or close and it's in the summer, then I could probably go. And so she delivers Guatemala in July or June. And I was like, oh, guess I'm going. Shoot. I'm going to have to do this. Oh my God. It was both of us, our first books.
Right.
So
yeah.
If anyone's out there thinking about writing a book,
right.
Here's my recommendation. And I want to get your take on it too, Rochelle, but
okay.
I would say dedicate time like we did and go away to do it, because otherwise you will likely talk about it for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say?
Yeah, I think because we're at Lake Atitlan, and because the water is such a creative force and a creative energy, I think that really helped us.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think, did you finish your book? I didn't finish my book while I was there, but because I had such a significant aspect of it done, then I finished it pretty much right away afterwards.
Yeah. No, I basically was done. It was just going through the editing and stuff.
Yeah.
But we worked really hard. You and I specifically, we were very studious about it, and it takes effort and intention.
And perseverance and, some level of dedication,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And the reality is it's literally one word at a time. And then all of a sudden you have a book, and it's like, I look at it, often and go, I have a book. Like, what? How did that happen? When did that happen? Like, it's just one chunk at a time, like anything in life. But what is your main message in your book?
Can I tell a secret about us? For
sure. Yeah.
So both Amy and I are prolific pounders on the keys. So we had way more pages than would be accepted in our book.
I had 100,000 too many words.
Yes. I don't know what the number was, but I'm
100,000.
sure it was chopped in half, if not two-thirds. Yeah. But we ended up with just these beautiful pieces of work. And, I just am so proud of how it turned out. And when I read it and when I look at it, I feel like, who wrote this? Right?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't, it was a time when it was almost like it was downloaded, and then the editors had to clean it up for us,
It's true.
So that was wonderful. Okay. What was your question?
What's your main message in your book?
Oh, yeah, thanks. That's super to get that across. I spent most of my life in a physical expression of myself, and actually in a physical world. Sports medicine was my world. I was taking care of the injuries of athletes. I had my own personal training business, and I was a fitness trainer and a bodybuilder. So there you go. So everything was about the physical self, and my body sort of started falling apart. I think because the universe was trying to get me a message that, come on, we got to swing the pendulum a little bit, in another direction. And so I had throughout my life, I had really always had a spiritual experience with my connection with source and whatever. But I had really been focusing physical. And so I swung the pendulum all the way to the other side and started really focusing on the spiritual aspect of life. And the truth is, the spiritual aspect of life rules everything else. And so even though in our, sort of Western society and maybe others, we kind of forget about that part. And, it's time to regenerate that focus, to bring ourselves back to that truth, bring ourselves back to who we truly are, which is a spiritual being in a physical world, right? And so my book is intended to help raise our frequency so we can actually feel and experience the spiritual aspect of who we are. And when we see and recognize and feel that, the other stuff is less significant for sure. And our body begins to heal. Because once we tap into the full physical or full spiritual nature of who we are, the body has to come along for the ride, right? And there's nothing wrong, there's nothing broken about spirit, right? Mm-hmm. So then the body becomes unbroken as well.
Ooh, I love that. So well said.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, that's what happened. Well, this is why we talk about it on the show. This is why we have Change Your State, Elevate. It could also be called Change Your Frequency, Change Your Life, that segment.
Oh my gosh, what? You're kidding me.
Yes, change your frequency, change your life.
Yeah.
Change your state, elevate. It changes who you are. My time in India, I know, we've both shared time in India in different locations doing different things, but my frequency, my vibration went up significantly more being there with other humans that vibe so high. And yeah, my experience of life now is completely different.
Yeah.
I'm not the same person. I don't experience this life the same way. I suffer this much. And that isn't, I'm not telling you that to impress you, but to impress upon you why Rochel and I do what we do full time, why that we've given our lives to this, to raising our vibration. It's everything. Dr. David Hawkins in Power versus Force says one person at the level of non-judgment, at the frequency or vibration of non-judgment, offsets 90,000 people at the vibration of judgment. Mm-hmm. So it's one of the biggest things we can do for ourselves and for the planet is to raise our frequency. So amazing. So you have some quotes in your book that I like, and I especially like the Albert Einstein one where it says everything is vibration. Tell me more about that.
Well, I mean, this is what we're all talking about, and literally everything is vibration. And I want to, I'm opening to the first page of my book, literally the first sentence in my book. And Nikola Tesla says, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And that's because everything in our lives is about frequency. I think maybe we remember, I didn't remember that well, but I'm getting more in tune with it. Back in high school when we learned about atoms, right? Yeah. Everything was made up of atoms, and atoms have the capability of moving. They move in speed, and the faster they move, the more in the gaseous range they are. The slower they move, the more in the solid range they are. And then there's liquid in the middle, right? And that is the case with everything related to frequency. Is anything that is frequency, everything is frequency, but anything, if you look at anything, if it's solid, the atoms are moving slowly, the frequency is moving slowly. The frequency and vibration dictate the look and the makeup and the shape and the feeling of everything. But something that we forget about is that thoughts are also frequency. And so when our thoughts are vibrating low, then our body is vibrating low. And when our body is vibrating low, then illness and discomfort happen. And so it's vital that we add high frequency foods to our bodies, expose our bodies to high frequency music, expose our bodies to high frequency experiences like being out in nature and those kinds of things. And when we do, our body frequency elevates, and so does our health, because our bodies have to be healthier if the frequency is higher. Yeah.
Absolutely. Tell us what, I'm sure you have an example of that of somebody you know who was sick and they changed their frequency and then they weren't sick. Do you have a living, breathing example of that?
Yes, I really do. So interestingly, this is one of my initial experiences when I'm just starting to recognize that this stuff is going on, right? So I've been doing patient work for over 20 years. And some of the early stories are really impactful because I think the universe gave me some really huge experiences. So I'd be like, whoa, that's cool,
Yeah.
So I was working with this gal, and she had had some significant sexual trauma as a child.
Okay.
And her body shape was pretty round. She was carrying a lot of extra weight for protection, which is what's very common. We carry a lot of weight if we've had sexual trauma for protection. So for many reasons. Okay. I don't want to get into all the details, but that's kind of interesting too. And so I was working with her, and I was helping to, I had discovered that she was having some density in her feminine area, right?
Yep.
Her womb space. And so I was just working on the density. At that time, I didn't have the abilities to determine what that density was, but I just was working on the densities. And, I felt and knew that the densities had escaped. And after we finished the experience, she tells me this story, which was mind blowing. But she says, while you were working on me, she had her eyes closed, so she didn't know where I was working. But she says, while you were working on me, I imagined, or I visualized, not on purpose, but it came to me. This picture came to me where all of this dark energy was coming out of my womb space from between my legs. She said, this is getting kind of graphic, isn't it? Sorry. And so
we're real here.
Okay. So she closed. She says she pushed her legs closed because she was like, ooh. And then wait a second, I don't want that stuff in me. And she moved her legs apart again. And all of that energy left, right? So she had removed all of the energy from the trauma that was from before, right? And 6 months later, I see this gal, and she's easily lost 60 pounds. Easily. It was unbelievable. And she came up to me, because we weren't, it wasn't like we had regular meetings, but she came up to me where I was I was doing a vending show or something. And she saw me, and she came up and she says, look at me. This is what happens. And that is exactly what happens when you align with your, isn't that incredible?
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
When you release the inner trauma and you align with the frequency that is truly yours, the body just sheds. She says, I didn't try to lose this weight. It just fell off.
She didn't need it anymore.
No. Yeah.
I've had the very incredible blessing of working together with Rochel on folks that have been suffering for years. Mm-hmm. And I wish we lived closer because because it's really quite profound. Mm-hmm. What happens when we have these low frequency vibrations in us? It creates dis-ease in the body, disease. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of studies. I can't get into it all right now, but there's a lot of studies that show that our emotions dictate what's going on in our body. And in my experience, 85% of what's going on physically in the body is emotionally based. It started emotionally. It started with a trauma, usually. And trauma gets stuck three ways. It gets stuck that came out of nowhere. It was a surprise. You feel, number two, that you feel it was a big deal. And three, you feel like you're alone. Mm-hmm. And I would add another one there is your life was in danger. You felt like your life was possibly in danger. And you had a lot of the big ones have all three or four. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you have this, but it is your responsibility to do something about it. And here's what else I know. And Rochelle, you tell me if you agree with this. These big traumas, they don't move out of the body by willing them to do so.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a mind thing. You can change a ton with your mind. You can change a ton with your perspective. A ton. I teach it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But those big ones, those big traumas, nope. You need some help. You need someone like Rochelle or someone like me or so many others that know how to do this. And it's really fast.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, it really is
fast to move it out.
Yeah.
And it's just gone. It's just gone. And freedom is on the other side.
Emotional and spiritual freedom. Absolutely. Can I share a short story about my own personal experience and how what you're saying is absolutely true? Absolutely. You can't will it out of there. Literally from the time I was a young girl through my 40s and 50s, even to today, honestly, I have been doing personal development. I've been doing spiritual growth. I have been studying with the most well-named people. And sometime in my late 40s, maybe, I think, I started realizing, maybe I'm a slow learner, I don't know, but I started realizing that I had this overarching experience of self-doubt after all of this training, like all of this, great, amazing training. And still I'm feeling this overshadowing energy of self-doubt. Like I'm not enough. Nobody loves me, that kind of thing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't understand it. It didn't make any sense to me. And at the time I was reading a book by Susan Shumsky called Divine Revelation. Mm-hmm. And this is actually in my book as well. But in this book, Divine Revelation, Susan Shumsky, said 1, 2, 3, 4, do a meditation, go through these 4 steps. And when you get to the bottom of those 4 steps, ask your question and you will always get an answer. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4 with, a great level of desire for finding out the answer to this question. And my question was, what's with the self-doubt, right? Instantly, I see a picture in my mind, in my third eye mind, that shows my father when he was leaving. My mom and dad got divorced and dad was leaving us kids, right? Mom was taking us away officially, but he was leaving while we packed. And so I see this picture, and it's a picture that has popped up over and over and over again in my life, right? Mm-hmm. And I see this picture, the same one again, and I'm like, okay, I had the wherewithal this time to say, what does this picture mean? Because I just keep thinking it's a memory. Oh, there's that memory again, right? And the first thing that came to my mind when I said, what's it mean, was if your father would leave, it means he doesn't love you. And if he doesn't love you, no one will. And that was at the foundation of my amazing, beautiful, strawberry shortcake life. But I had this, foundational, low density poop emoji, if you would, at the bottom, right? Yeah. And I had to get that low density darkness out of me before I could let go of that self-doubt frequency, right? Yep. And so even with all of this training, it didn't go away until I did my inner work, which is what you hear people saying all the time. But yes, and you can't do it alone. I mean, you can, but it's a much slower process. It can be very fast. Yeah.
I know. I remember a guy, he was sexually abused for years as a baby, as a kid, young little boy. And he's tried tons of modalities and they all helped a little, but you're still carrying it around. And he came to a retreat I was at, and my intuition said, I think he's here for you, Amy. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to ask him if he wants to. There must be something going on. And I said, this might sound weird, but do you have anything going on in your life that you need to get rid of? And he goes, yes. And I said, okay, come. And so we went into a room and he told me a little. The good thing, often we don't have to know anything about the trauma, do we, to even help? So if you don't want to talk about it, please know that we can help anyways. We don't have to know anything about it to be able to help it. But anyways, he shared. Sometimes it's therapeutic to talk about it too. So he shared it, and so we went through the process, and at the end, he jumps up, Rochelle, he jumps up, and he's like, "It's gone, it's gone," and I'm like, "Yeah," and he goes, "No, Amy, it's really gone," and I'm like, "Yeah," and no, you don't understand. It's actually gone. I'm like, I know, it's so great.
Woohoo!
Yeah, my website at Amy Joy Coaching, you can find him. He has a testimonial on there, and it's from like 9 months after the session, one session, and it's still gone. It's not there. It's evaporated, and he's free. He's free, and it allows you to make decisions differently, because often we're making decisions based on something that happened when we were 8 years old.
Yeah. We have the goggles of trauma on. And so everything that all of our decisions that we make are made through the goggles of trauma. Yeah. And when we can get rid of that trauma, and this is clear and the blue sky is present, we can make completely different decisions, and our life completely changes. I mean, look at Amy. I mean, literally watching you has just blossom has just been so exciting and so fun.
Aww,
yeah. It truly has. It truly has. And coming from, someone who has watched her for many years, she was amazing then, and she's incredibly amazing now, even more.
I'm free.
Yes.
I'm free.
Yes.
I'm the most free I've ever been.
Yeah.
And
it's amazing.
This is what we want. This is what we want for you. This is what we want for you.
This is why we write our books, right? This is what we want, because we want you to feel what we feel. Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you have some gifts for the audience. Tell me about that.
I do. Oh my gosh, you guys. First of all, I don't like to, pump up my capabilities, but there is some magic that happens in my world, and there's magic that happens in Amy's world. And when the two of us come together, it is incredibly magic. But I wanted to have an extra special gift for you. And so either through my website, you can send me an email directly, or you can text me directly, and she'll put my number. There it is. You can text me directly, and using the code words Amy Joy, I am going to give you a special package. And the package is 3 healing sessions with me, and a signed autographed book. And the price was originally $18.27.
Yep.
And it is now for you with that code, Amy Joy, it's going to be $9.99. So if this sounds interesting to you and you've got some things brewing inside of that you need to get rid of, definitely text me or send me an email at infiniteliving.com, and it will be such an honor to work with you. That's why we're here. That is my mission on this planet. So thank you for giving me that opportunity. Yeah.
Do it. It's amazing. And you can do this virtually, right? They don't have to be in Iowa.
Yeah, we do it through Zoom online. Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So explain how that works, because I mean, I do it too and I get it, but if you're just, coming into this whole energy thing, sometimes it's like, what? How is that possible?
Right.
How is that possible?
Well, everybody has their own signature frequency, right? And so when I'm thinking about you, the frequency of Amy comes to me, right? And everything about Amy comes to me. And so I can see what's going on inside of her, and I can actually tell if she's got densities in her or not. I can even feel and see in my inner vision what clothes she was wearing when she stored those densities.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of a superpower, I guess. I know, right?
No, Rochelle's amazing. She can see. I don't have that ability yet.
Yes. It's
I have a knowing. I'm claircognizant, so I have knowings, and they're very accurate. But the fact that you can see so clearly,
it's pretty profound. And when it first started happening, I was like, "What? Did your son wear his clothes? His pants rolled up like cuffed?" Oh my gosh, people start laughing when I ask them that kind of stuff, But so I can see it. And when I can see it, it doesn't matter what the density was or the story behind the density, but the emotions that are stored there, that's what matters. And
Yes.
so when I can see and feel the emotions inside of you, then I can go in there and guide you through releasing them completely, literally. And I take you into my Stargate, which is I set my computer up in. I've got this 10-foot by 9-foot Star of David with 24 crystal balls on it that are about the size of bowling balls, and there's a vortex inside of there, and in that vortex, well, the crystals help to magnify everything that I'm doing, and the vortex helps to thin the veil so you can experience a spiritual ride, if you will, as well. So you get to go for a ride in the vortex, and it's pretty cool.
I need to come see you for sure.
Yes, please. Yes, please. We can have a 1-2 punch weekend where we just zap everybody that comes here.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm serious. Let's do it.
Yes. Let's. Yes. Come on.
Okay, it's happening, but when the weather's better.
Okay. Yeah. She's not a cold weather fan.
I live in Mexico for a reason.
Yes, right.
But to give you a visual, I want you to see there's the vibration chart, and right down here is shame. Shame and guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire. Not like nice desire. This is like craving, like I have to have. This is
need. It's more like need.
Things come in. Anger, pride, and you get over that line, that 200 line of change, and now all of a sudden your head's above water, and you're like, life could be amazing. Life's nice. Look, you can dream, you can plan, you're not in survival, you're not in suffering, at least not near as much.
And you might mention Dr. David Hawkins in Power versus Force before. That's his levels of consciousness. And so the lowest levels of consciousness are shame, and the highest bliss and joy. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Amazing. So reach out, get this number so you can reach out to Rochelle. She'd love to have you, and I would love to hear how that goes as well. And
that would be great.
Rochelle, it's so amazing to have you. Can you believe we're out of time already?
Are we really?
No, it goes so fast.
Maybe that's why when we talk on the phone, it's like for 3 hours. It just goes so quickly.
It's so true.
Yeah,
amazing. I'm going to have you on at the end of the show. I'm going to ask you this very important question. We want to know your nuggets. We want to know.
Okay.
If you were on the top of a mountain and you had the whole world at your feet, 8 billion people, and they were paying attention, and you had one thing to share, what would that one thing be? So you think about that, and at the end, I'll have you back on after we are going to do mantra magic next and meditation moment. And so I'm going to say goodbye for now, but we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay?
Oh, thank you, dear. I love you.
Bye-bye. Love her so much. Please, please, please take advantage of this offer from her. She really, really knows what she's doing, and she can help you. This I know for sure. So amazing. So it is now time for Mantra Magic. Welcome to Mantra Magic. I'm here with the amazing Alina Avariano, and here is your mantra for the week. This is a special one. It's a special one because one of the biggest things I deal with in my coaching and in my healing practice is this program that says I'm not enough. And it's simply not true. This is what's true. I am worthy because I exist. I persist in life's cosmic twist. I am worthy because I exist. I persist in life's cosmic twist. I am enough, make no mistake. I am enough in every step I take. I am enough, make no mistake. I am enough in every step I take. I am doing the best I can as a glorious, messy human.
I am doing the best I can, and my heart is blooming. I am enough, make no mistake. I am enough in every step I take. I am enough, make no mistake. I am enough in every step I take. I am enough. Make today glorious. Mwah!
Awesome. You can find Mantra Magic on Amy Joy Coaching on Instagram. I post it every Monday. You can watch the other past episodes. And the whole point is to be able to have a new song in your head versus the one that often is saying, I'm not enough. Life's hard. It's always happening to me. These thoughts do not serve. They cause disease. They cause sickness. And instead, you could be whistling around the house, I am enough. So take a look at that, Amy Joy Coaching on Instagram. All right, it is now meditation moment. So here's what's cool. We're going to listen to the music for this meditation with our mutual amazing friend, Gary Malkin. And he actually reached out to me this morning. So here we are. He'd be just thrilled to know that Rochel's here and we're playing his music, and so cool. He is a multi-Emmy winner composer. He is pure magic, and he has gifted me this song to play for meditation moment. So grab the kids, the grandkids, grab everybody around you, sit down. This is 5 minutes, people, 5 minutes of bliss. And I'm going to lead you, so don't worry if it's your first time. It's going to be easy. It's going to feel great. And have a seat. We're going to start. And at the end, when you're in this beautiful expanded place, I'm going to share a Diksha with you, which is an activation of energy. Just receive that with love, with ease and grace. So take a deep breath in. And exhale. Let the day go, let the day go. Take another deep breath in. Now I want you to notice. How do you feel right now? Do you feel crappy? Or do you feel happy? Don't make it right or wrong, good or bad. Just notice. Just notice. And breathe. Now I want you to notice what thoughts are currently running through your head right now. Are they thoughts of the past? Are they thoughts of the future? Or are they thoughts of right here and now? Again, don't make it right or wrong, good or bad. Just notice. And breathe. Now I want you to visualize a candle burning, flickering right in front of your eyes. Watch the reds, the oranges, yellows, whites. Now slowly slide that candle right into the middle of your head. Watch it flicker there. And breathe. And with your hands on your heart, I want you to think about one thing that you are so grateful for. It brings a smile to your lips. And just bask in that gratitude. Gratitude is the rocket ship to joy. And as you sit in gratitude, I'm sending you this beautiful Diksha. It is known to heal. It is known to uplift. It is known to enable gifts. Just ask that you receive all that is available to you now. With a deep breath in, hold at the top. Every cell receive oxygen, smiling as you exhale. Beautiful. You can slowly move your fingers and toes and open your eyes. Come back into the room you're in. Come back to me here. Great job. Great job. It's amazing what 5 minutes of presence will do. 5 minutes of being here and now. That means we're not in our messed up past or our projected messed up future. We're just here now. And right now, we have everything we need, don't we? Amazing. All right, I'm going to bring Rochel back on. There she is. So good. How was that for you, Rochel?
Oh, it is so magnificent. It was just, I just felt so lovely. Yes. And all of the mantra, how absolutely adorable and perfect. Just, it was so up to date. It was so cosmopolitan and yet excellent. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we asked the divine. We have a card deck with high vibrational sayings, and we ask the divine, what does the world need right now? And then we get the card, and then we make a song out of that card.
I love it.
That's how we do Mantra Magic every week. So it's divinely orchestrated and
I am enough. That's the story. Yeah.
Isn't it? Isn't that what you see so much?
Absolutely. I mean, that was what was burdening me so much. Yeah. Yeah.
And for me too, I thought I wasn't enough because I was a girl.
Right. Same. Yep. My dad didn't love me because I wasn't a girl or wasn't a boy. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Amazing. So we want to know your biggest nugget. If you were on a mountain and you had the whole world at your feet and they were paying attention, what would you share with the world? We have 2.5 minutes.
Wow. So it is what we've been talking about, but it's so vital that, I literally would shout from the rooftops, please, 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 please do what it takes on your inner work. And that's, doing it by yourself is nearly impossible. So I beg of you to find someone, even if it's not Amy or I, to help you lift this burden, these burdens that you're holding from your childhood out of you so that you can truly, truly find personal love. Because most of us, and I would say 99% of the people that sit in my chair have never truly experienced love. And that's not, everybody thinks I love you, I love you, I love you, but it's not the depth of experience that is available to you. And so from the bottom of my soul, I beg of you, please find somebody to help you dredge up, not the story, but the emotions that you've stored that are causing the dissonance in your life, that create triggers when you get upset. Yeah. And when those are released, the triggers are gone, the emotions are gone, and the freedom replaces it. And you can step into, or through, if you will, this amazing altar of awesomeness in a way that you have not experienced before. And maybe you're feeling that coming from Amy and I, because we just power up, because not because it's something we do that's, manufactured. That's not it at all. It's coming from the depth of our being, because we truly experience it every single day now. And it wasn't the case. It wasn't my case for a very long time, but it is now. And I want that so much for you. I want you to know what inner love is all about. And that you can project out to the world, and we can raise the frequency of the planet all together.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you for being here. I love you. You know how much I love you. You are my sister from another mister.
Yes.
And, no, you're just so special to me. Thank you for what you're doing thank you for what you're being, who you're being, and what you're doing for this planet and for the people that you touch on a daily basis. I love you dearly. Thank you, everyone who's been here watching. I adore you as well. Thank you for taking your very precious time to spend it with us. Remember that together we vibrate higher, and that, my friends, changes the world. We'll see you next week. Besos.
Wow.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Get Your Shit Together live with Amy Joy. If you'd like to follow us, you can on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Amy Joy Coaching. Appreciate so much your likes, comments, and shares. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please reach out. We'll see you next time.